And in our final story, 5 years after its keel was laid down, the USS Arlington finally sailed into its home port of Norfolk, Virginia, where it was commissioned into active service in the United States Navy. It was a memorable and moving beginning to what Arlington officials hope is a long relationship.
I'm ecstatic. We've been waiting for months for our ship to come in, and we could not have asked for a better arrival.
It is gorgeous. The flag in the sun, oh my, spectacular.
Today we brought the ship home for the first time to a hero's welcome by the heroes of Arlington County.
In the wake of the 9/11 terrorist attacks, the U.S. Navy requisitioned 3 ships that will commemorate the events, pay honor to the Americans who died, and pay tribute to the efforts of the first responders who were America's first line of defense on that day. The USS Arlington is a San Antonio-class amphibious transport dock ship. This is the 3rd USS Arlington, the previous 2 having served in World War II and Vietnam. It's a history that highlights the unique relationship between Arlington County and the military.
The long-standing relationship, not only is Arlington the home of the Pentagon, Fort Myer, the Iwo Jima Memorial, the Air Force Memorial. I mean, we have a very strong relationship through our history with the military. And I think this brings us closer and builds, I think, our sense of community with the military.
Because of that unique relationship, Arlington wanted to give the USS Arlington a homecoming unlike any the Navy had ever seen before. A salute from the emergency officials who responded to the attack on the Pentagon on 9/11.
It just sounded like the perfect gesture, both in terms of protocol, in terms of respect, and again, you know, the tying together of what the Navy is going to do with that ship in dealing with national security and what we do here every day in terms of hometown security.
Well, you know, I had a career in the Navy. I know what home porting is like. And I thought this could be something special and unique, something the Navy's never seen and probably won't see again for a long, long time.
This is part of Navy history right now, I want you to know, because never has this been done before, to have the pier lined up with first responders and emergency vehicles and have the people really give their heart and soul to be here and salute this ship and sailors. Believe me, they will remember this.
It was an emotional homecoming for the crew, which had spent 2 years in Mississippi preparing the ship for active duty. And the first responder salute only added to the powerful feelings of this day.
What was it like being on the ship when the sirens went off and the salutes were exchanged? Can you describe it from above?
It was a very humbling experience to be up there. It's nice to be able to have that relationship that close. The guys that protect our families, you know, and we're protecting them.
The homecoming event highlighted the growing relationship between the 2 Arlingtons, county and ship.
Commander Nelson has been here to Arlington at least a half a dozen times that I know of. I'm glad that we've gotten to know him beforehand, because for however long he commands the ship, I think he will make sure that there is this connection between the ship and Arlington, and I have every expectation that he's going to pass that on to his successor.
We teach out to the crew. Every crew member that shows up on board the ship learns and understands that 184 people gave their life for us.
That legacy is going to be preserved in a planned tribute room on board the USS Arlington, which will pay honor to both the victims and the heroes of the attack on the Pentagon. A living legacy of Arlington's response to the terrorist attacks of 9/11, the Tribute Room will be an important ambassador for our county as it hosts events and dignitaries all around the world.
This room is really going to be used. It's a ceremonial room in many respects, but as this ship goes into various ports around the world, people will come through that and really see this. And most important to keep in mind is that the next generation of sailors that will be on this ship will not have been born during 9/11. So it's really a historical setting for them to go through and see.
The name of our hometown, Arlington County, will be traveling around the globe. That's a source of pride.
Officers and crew of the United States ship Arlington, man our ship, bring her to life, and arm the main battery.
As the USS Arlington was commissioned into active duty, the men and women who serve on it bore with them the hopes of a nation and the special hopes of our community that the relationship we've started will continue to grow over time.
I'm really hopeful that as the ship, sails the world, that the crew feels a connectedness here. I think there are all sorts of things that we can do to maintain that connection and not let the ship become a distant or remote memory.
The USS Arlington Commission is still looking for contributions to help build the Tribute Room. They're currently about 80% the way to their goal. So if you'd like to donate, go to ussarlingtonlpd24.org.